Okay, great. So hi guys, my name is Advai Dandekar and I'm the founder of Kazob Career Solutions. So we're trying to connect students and also professionals to people from the industry, to successful people from the industry. And today's webinar is called the Reliving Memories Through the Lens, the Power of Cinematography. And we're going to be doing this with the creative Toli, and the person who we've got on board to speak is Premal Raval, who's a cinematographer. He's worked with BBC and Nat Geo and a few others. Uh, but he would be able to give a better, uh, 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 some more knowledge on who exactly he is. So before that, I just want to say hi to Kashyap. Kashyap, I think you're muted.
Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
Oh, sorry. All right, so we're here for the episode of Plugged, the third episode with cinematography as our main theme for today. We've got Premal today, and Premal is basically been 10 years or probably a decade in this industry, and he's worked a lot, he's developed, he's creative, and it's great to have him on board today. So I guess Advait is going to show you guys a small clip of Premal, after which Premal is going to start talking about himself and how he grew and what made his passion for cinematography so lovable. So Advait, just go ahead with the video.
Sure, sure. So Premal, maybe you can just start with a little bit of a background because that video will take around 20 to 30 seconds to actually show up on the viewer's page. So maybe you can just give a brief background of who you are, and then we can show the video, and then we can start with the webinar.
Lovely.
Roger that, roger that. Yeah, is my microphone on? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
All right. So, yeah, starting with my career, I started actually, yeah, getting into the creative field. I went in, did BMM first, Bachelor's in Mass Media from Mumbai University. And I joined BMM only because there was no maths inside, because I was very, very weak in maths. So the only option for me during that time after my 12th was doing bachelor's in mass media because there was no calculations. And when I went in there, yeah, in my second term, we had this subject known as photography and cinematography, where our mentor told us to make a short film. And we had a groupism done, like groups made, and as per roll number wise. So in what team I went into, whoever the director was, like, he said, okay, Premal, you handle the camera, bro. Do the camera, use the camera. And I was like, I have no idea what is it going on. What is filmmaking? It's the first time doing it. But no stress. I said, okay, cool. Let me be now. Anyways, I'm part of the group, so I have to, do my job to get
Yeah.
selected and passed out. So I handled the camera, and eventually we made the film. We edited it. It was, I still remember the name, the last page. It was a comedy film with a little bit of horror inside. So, and it really worked well in all film festivals, like in Nerul, in SIES, then in UPG, everywhere. People really loved it. And then my mentor, who was teaching us photography, he said that after seeing the film, that hey, you have an eye. I mean,
Wow.
doing, but you have taken the shots, the framing, and it's just, and I was like, wow, it's just automatic happening. But yeah, then I thought
I'm
like,
sorry,
okay,
Premal, I'm sorry to cut you off there. We're
uh-huh.
going to get back to that story. I guess it's time to see the video link for our viewers today. So they can know exactly who the creative person is today as the guest for us.
Yeah,
Okay,
great. Yeah, so the viewers, if you can just scroll a bit down on the window that you're viewing the webinar on, you'll go back to a section that says throw back a decade. So basically, it's a 3-minute video of the last 10 years of Premal's work, and it's a really, really interesting video. It's really well done, and it'll give you an idea of who the person behind the lens is, like maybe more than what maybe more than what Premal's own words will give. So let's see. Yeah, so if you can start viewing the video right now, and then we'll check back again in another 3 minutes. Okay, great. So I guess people who join late can keep watching the video, but we can still continue with the webinar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Premal, you were talking about your work.
Yeah. Sorry. So your professor gave you the camera, and sorry to put you back there.
Yeah. So I should start from where I was, right? When I
Yeah.
stepped
Sorry.
up.
Sorry. The groups. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how I started, how I came into cinematography, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the scene. So I made my short film, and then it went well. And then my mentor told me like you can go further in it, and then yeah, it was a little crazy start. Like I thought, okay, fine, I'm good in cinematography. Let me do this, and I finished my bachelor's in mass media, and then I started looking for a film school. But then I was really lucky to be on a shoot through my friend who I met in gym. He was an actor, and he said that, hey, you interested in cinematography? We have a cinematographer from States who is here, Jamie Fowles, who was doing Laksh. I know, no, sorry, Laksh. It was yeah, it was Lamha, Sanjay Dutt film. And I was there on the set. I met him, and he really guided me well, saying that before you go into a film school, you make sure that you make few stuff before you go, so you know that what you're gonna do. So that was a really good advice. And I started before I applied for film school. I passed out my bachelor's master and started interning in a production house in Red Eyes Films. That was like more than 9, 10 years back. So I started doing internship there where I was actually an assistant director because I don't know how to go directly into cinematography. So I thought, let me actually let me know what is the surroundings, how the work is done, what is the technicalities we need to know, and from A to Z. So I started working as an assistant director, and I did few music videos as an AD3, and mostly I was actually spending my time with the cinematographer because my main
Yeah. Your goal was that.
goal was there, the focus was there, but I wanted to get in there. So it was not like if I would have directly approached any cinematographer, sir mujhe assistant bana lo, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Nobody's going to make you an assistant. Oh, aa jao, kal shoot pe aa jao. It's not going to happen. So if you want to really get something, maybe you have to take some other route and then get there. So
Right.
that's what I did, and it just automatically came into me that let me try getting into the field first before I directly focus on cinematography.
Okay.
So
Right.
I spent a lot of time with Manoj Soni, who was the DOP at that time, doing music video, and I learned a lot of stuff. And then I started doing my own music videos. I mean, literally, I had a Handycam, and I just told my friends, "Bhai, chalo aa jao, mujhe kuch banana hai, kuch to portfolio chahiye." So I took my own Handycam and I started making music videos and shooting it and own editing it on Vegas. I still remember. it was
Right.
it used to work on Windows computer well at that time. So I started editing on Vegas and I made few music videos. And then that music videos got featured in few uh, music fest. I mean, sorry, film fest like Shamiana, which happens in town of Bombay, and where it was got featured, and then a lot of other filmmakers who were there who had also put their films. They saw it, and then I made groups. I entered into the
So you
field
started
of
building
of
your
filmmakers. Yes,
started building
absolutely.
your
So
platform there.
yeah,
But
I'm
then
I'm, I'm going into the very root because I want to. If whoever is listening to me, I need to really tell them that it's the start should be really important. It's very important to start something what you really want to do. So
right.
for that, maybe you have to go out of your limits, do few stuff, show people what you can do, and then get into it there. And then when I started making films over here, then I started finally went into film school to Philippines in IAFT, 1 year of cinematography specialization, and then I did my underwater specialization
Oh,
connecting
nice.
with it. So it was a 2 years of my studies, and then I started working there only. And then yeah, it started. No
Oh,
stress.
wow. That's pretty interesting. I mean, the journey that you had, going from BMM to a random class with a camera. Here you are 10 years later with one of the best people working with. I mean, we all read about you, I guess, giving out small snippets about what Premal has been doing. He's worked with the likes of Amitabh, he's worked with Abhinav Bindra, he's worked with the ones who are at the top and he's worked with the ones who are close to him. So I guess, how do you evaluate this sort of mixture, because sometimes work is just the passion work which you have, and sometimes it's just a commercial work. So for today's kids, for people who want to grow up, get into the same cinematography field, what should one
Mhm.
prefer? Should you make your portfolio more passion oriented? Should you make it more commercial oriented? How should your outlook be?
I would suggest it should be passion oriented. Yeah, because finally it's yourself who is going to do that work. So it's very important that what is your vision towards your work. So it's more important rather than going for something really tacky like, हाँ मुझे portfolio banana hai, so I will take this kind of shot, I'll take that kind of shot and make my portfolio. No, you do what you have in your head, because in our field, in creative field, there is no use of resume. You know,
Right,
there is no use of resume. The only use is your work featured somewhere. Like if
right.
your work is coming on television, is your work is getting big online or anywhere, the people who see it believe it. It's not the resume going to work. So the more creative, more you want to do for yourself or as a build up, do what you have in your head. Like it's a short film, it can be a music video, it can be a documentary, it can be a mockumentary, it can be anything. But it should be something which is in your heart and soul,
So,
because that matters.
Premal, probably going by the video also that we just recently saw, which spoke a throwback of a decade of your life behind the camera.
Mhm.
How has it changed from the time when you were in your early start of the career, and now the technology with different perspectives, with the visions, and the ideas changing amongst people? How has
Yeah.
it changed, brought about, or how is it influencing young people also to make decisions today?
Um, so you get influenced by seeing influential things. Simple. You see something, you have role models in your life. I have role models like Ron Flick, who directed and shot Baraka. It's a beautiful film, and the director took 10 years, traveled 128 countries to make this film happen. Yeah, and then he made Koyana Katsi, and there are a lot of other films, Samsara, but Baraka was the one which was my motivation. Like I saw the film, it's not dialogues, it's just visual storytelling. Cinematography plays a very important role because your audience is seeing it and you are shooting what people are going to see. So
Right.
visual storytelling is the most important aspect of filmmaking, which is cinematography. And I would suggest, yeah, get influenced by something which really motivates you. Like for my, as I said, I love Baraka. I saw it and the framing, the time lapses. Like I got an idea of doing how can I do time lapses like this. You know, that's how I build up my portfolio of shooting time lapses, taking time, making mistakes. But that's the part of the journey. You make mistakes, you learn more. The more you
Right.
shoot, and for me, it's still today, I'm still a learner. I'm not a hardcore, like, already done everything.
Yeah.
I still have to do a lot of
No,
stuff. And
but that's in fact the right spirit for a creative person, because learning never stops for us. You keep meeting people, you keep learning. So creativity is never a full stop. I guess that's a good point that you made there. Besides
absolutely, very
besides
important.
the besides talking about more towards now the passion, I would want to shift more towards the external factors. Okay, basically, say some people really have the passion, but they might not be able to afford the new technology to provide those results out. Or, they might not be able to have the best of the best cameras, but they know that they want to do something. So, I know there's no solution as such for it, but is there a way or a tip or a guidance or some workshops that they can attend, or how do they get themselves together to make this kind of a surrounding their main environment?
Yeah, now it's a good question. And from my personal experience, I would like to say, see, it is for sure. Like now, in my case, I would say that I'm really thankful to my parents, who were able to afford me like to go abroad and study cinematography. Okay, where I have seen now after I working in this industry, now I have met people like who have not even been to film school, but they are doing tremendous epic job. But they have started in a different way. I can give you example of my assistant, and I can give you example of my friend who never went to a film school, but today they are doing really a class job in industry. And people are like, they want them only because that
Wow.
they started learning going on sets. Okay, they started going on sets, they started seeing how it is being done, they started learning it and then also putting their own homework. Like, okay, मुझे cinematographer बनना है, मैं shoot पे गया, उसने what camera he used, cool. He used FS700, cool. I'm gonna go back home, look online, what is FS700? What does it do? Then I can connect the camera and what the shooting was going on there and visualize my own stuff. So a lot of my friends have done that they have gone on shoots, seen how lighting is done, how frames are being set, what is the discussion happening between the cinematographer director, and then they take things further from there. So yeah, it's a little hardship, but it's your enthusiasm, it's your internal you. If you want to really do it, you can do it,
Right.
But it's just matter of giving time, space, and also patience, and also matter of luck. I would really say matter of luck as well. But your hard work cannot be compared with luck. If you really work hard, you can
Right.
bypass luck and make your own way.
So tell us in brief. I'm going to ask you a little bit of technical question here.
Uh,
When you're shooting with the camera and you have your lenses and you have your lighting, and how does this whole process go? Is it important for you to know and learn about all these things if you're not going by a career route, as in if you're not studying film school? What are these off the practical things that students need to know, like lighting, and how does it go? How does the whole variation come to you?
cool. Variation comes with the script. What content? Okay,
Right.
like सबसे forget lighting, forget camera, forget everything. First comes the script. First comes what you want to shoot. You do want to do a music video, you want to do a music festival, you want to do a narrative, you want to do a short film, you want to do a feature film, you want to do a documentary. What is the thing you want to do first? That is the main aim. When you decide you want to do, for example, a short film, okay, then you decide, okay, horror script, it's a suspense, it's a thriller, it's dance film, it's a happy film, it's a family film. What is it? Because cinematography also depends upon type of script. If, for example, if I say 12 Angry Men, a very great film, entire film is shot in one courtroom. It's inside
Okay.
of one courtroom where the entire film is shot. It's the film is about like how they solved a crazy case. Okay, but the film started with a wide shot. Only wide shots, because right now the film started, it's just we are getting into the script. So the film started with a wide shot, then the more intense the story started getting, it went into the mid shots, and then the climax was shot on close up. So matter of shooting, style of shooting also depends. It's very important at what you want to do, how you want to select. And then when you decide, okay, I want to do a short film which has a lot of fun inside, then maybe you start, okay, cool, I have to shoot everything on slow motion. So then latest camera in the market, depends upon how much money you have, and then you select what lensing you want, what kind of lensing. It should be a close shot, it should be a wide shot, because cinematography is a complete visual language.
Right.
The camera on a trolley goes slowly inside.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's an intense scene and the character in the film is now feeling scared, so the camera is slowly pushing in. So visual telling, it's very important, like how your camera is telling a story.
It's captivating the audience's eye, basically.
Absolutely. You as an audience, when I'm doing a war sequence, maybe I'll shake my camera, because it's people are running, it's bombing, it's somebody shooting, and there is a missile coming from there, so the camera is moving, it's shaking. So as a viewer, you also get into that intense mode. Oh my god, okay, idhar ye ho raha hai, udhar wo ho raha hai, and then fast cutting. So it's a really visual. It's a visual language, cinematography. So definitely you have to first know what you want to do, and then you put your creativity inputs in it. Ke, chalo, humko ye banana hai, to uske liye hame ye. You have to bifurcate things, choose your camera, then you come into lighting. Okay, it's a very intense scene, so maybe I have a contrast lighting, only the light on face, everything is dark, or maybe it's like Kahani Ghar Ghar Ki, where everything is flat, it's Diwali, basically.
Right.
It's lit up. So it depends upon your type of script, what you want to do. So lighting comes into a very later picture, but for sure it's the most important aspects of cinematography, lighting, because you can really create mood, and make audience feel that you are there, but that's your creativity comes later in. But yeah, initial stages you have to first. Sorry.
Right. I'm saying you learn these things as you go on. I mean, you can't
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so
Still
tell me
living my.
one thing. Say, for example, our viewers right now, say if some of them were to apply, for an internship working with Mr. Premal Raval, what would be your lookout for a portfolio? How would you advise them to make something which could reflect their work? Because when they are going to be going out, they might not, have the same passion at all time. Or how does a portfolio matter when someone like you is going to view people coming and working on board with you?
Your portfolio depends completely upon your skills and as a person you are. Trust me.
Okay.
Your I don't know. This is my thought process. This is my point of view towards this. Like
Right.
your work really reflects, you know, how the person you are from inside. You will take that kind of shots. I don't know. This is how I think. Like I'm like when you are really. It depends upon the mood also. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to really, it's. I mean, yeah, do crazy stuff like taking time lapses, making hyperlapses. Try to do something out of the box. There are 50,000 cinematographers in Bombay right now. There are 50,000 Premals in Bombay right now. More than that. Okay, but how Premal Raval stands out 50,000? What? How? So that is the main question you have to ask yourself. Cool. There are हम सब लोग वही काम कर रहे हैं जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन I have to be 10 steps upper than those people. Then how?
Right.
You create your own style of shooting. You do more difficult things, make look easier, like taking hyperlapsing, doing time lapsing, flying drones, going underwater. That's what I did. That's what I wanted to stand out. Like, okay, there are so many cinematographers, but I have to be different from them. So what is the thing I can do? So I thought, cool, I'm doing cinematography on surface. Cool. What is the next step of cinematography? Underwater. Lovely. Cool. Let me get specialized doing underwater, because then I will be different from those people out there that, okay,
Right.
Premal can also shoot on surface. Then he can also go underwater. And so I did my underwater specialization. Then later again, I asked myself a question. Okay, cool. You are underwater cinematographer. You also shoot on surface. What else? What? Do aerial. Bought a drone. I then specialized. I got trained to fly drones, and then I went into aerial cinematography. So constantly in this field, you have to keep upgrading yourself.
Right.
You have to keep updating yourself. Like, okay, what is, because right now I can see right now, and like when I'm shooting music festivals, I'm 29-year-old, but there's a 23-year-old doing the same stuff, epic shots, taking epic shots. And I feel, oh shit, man, ये तो आगे जाके तो मतलब मेरा तो cancel scenes. But of course, that's what it is very practical. It's a cycle. Big cinematographers are now getting older, young people are coming in, then I'm gonna get old, there are new people gonna come in. So it's a cycle, it's gonna keep going. But in that cycle, how you stand out till the end, it's very important. And that's what my perspective is, and that was I would like to advise everybody to be always, don't get satisfied what you have done. You can do more, better, you can do more creative, you can take more crazy shots. But how? That is up to it's your own research, your own watching type, what kind of films you want to watch. If you're going to watch Sultan, then sorry, you're not going to learn anything. But if you want to watch Interstellar, you're going to learn a lot of things.
Right. Right.
I'm sorry, I'm not against Bollywood or something like that, but it's a very practical thing which I would like to say, that when you watch Interstellar, Fish 3, you know because we are, it's a type of feature film, it's a type of shots, the type of storytelling, how direction has been taking place. It's so intense. So when I see those things, I really motivate myself that I have to reach there, I have to make something like that. So constantly keep upgrading yourself, do not stand still.
I think Premal's given us pretty much an animated explanation, and I just love the way his passion is pumping when he's talking about cinematography. It's pretty interesting, and I mean, I love this kind of enthusiasm, because it's good when you come to know how creators like you have perspectives on things that they do. Because people keep thinking, "Bhai, creative hai, so he's not going to be earning much," but I guess it's not more about the money; it's more about the recognition and the fame and the love that you get from people for creating something good. I guess
Absolutely.
that's important. So listening to you, I'm pretty sure the viewers will have some questions which they can put forward right now itself, because otherwise it's going to be taking on the question and session just after this last topic we discussed with Premal. So I hope.
Yeah. So, Kashyap, I made a mistake. I should have reminded the people that they can send
Yeah.
in their questions whenever they want.
Yeah.
So the viewers, you can send in questions whenever you want. We have received a few already, but the people who don't know, you can just scroll down and you can just type in your question, and we will answer. We will try to answer most of them at the end of the webinar.
Yeah.
Uh,
Advait, I don't blame you. I think you are also pretty much involved in
yeah,
what you are explaining. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I blame you today. Okay, so
Updated one.
last question before we head it out to the audience to ask what they want to do, and probably if some of them are interested to work with you in the future, probably they could contact Creative Toli or they could contact Kazob and with you guys. Uh, just as a last, run through, what 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 is this? What is the reason behind you getting up every day in the morning, no matter how late you sleep, you dreaming about cinematography while probably you're sleeping? I'm saying, what is the reason behind you not losing that passion for creativity every single day? What
Uh,
keeps you going?
uh, Love for work. Seriously, would like to say love for work. I don't ever try to, like, if I come back from shoot at 2 o'clock and I have a flight to catch at 5 o'clock in the morning, I still do it. And then I have to reach there at 5 o'clock, land there somewhere ever wherever I'm going at, like, in 2 hours time, and then suddenly go on location and start shooting. But the love for work is very important. It's a very simple thing. Everybody has been saying this, like, what do only what you love doing it. Otherwise it's not going to help anybody, not for
Yeah,
yourself, not for the person you're working for, or not for your life, or nothing. It's just zero. So it's better to just really have love for work, like, hashtag love my job. Basically, I would always keep on my Instagram.
yeah,
Because that's the thing which keeps motivating me to
yeah,
always create something new. And I love cinematography because it's not that I'm sorry, but I would, uh, it's not like I don't have any negatives about corporate job. But in a corporate job, it's like 9 to 10. You work, 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 and you were just doing same kind of work again and again, again and again for years. But when cinematography, every project has a challenge.
right,
For example, like, I had to shoot gharials for BBC, crocodiles. Okay, so I shot that. Then the next project was doing a rickshaw road trip, travel for 2,600 kilometers in a rickshaw from Delhi to Ahmedabad, filming for 23 days. So that's again a new challenge. And later something else comes, and then an ADC comes, or some other projects. It just keeps, it keeps on you motivating and upgrading yourself internally. It keeps oiling you, this field, where it's not only one time above. You keep doing it कि चलो आज सुबह जाने का computer के पास बैठ के काम, till the 10 you just do that and you go back home. Next day you continue doing the same thing. In cinematography, that's what I love about it, that every project has something new to effort, something new to put inside, something new to learn. And I really learn on every shoot. I learn something new. Like,
nice.
it's so many years I have been shooting, but still today I learn every shoot something new. अरे ये भी हो सकता है, अरे वो भी हो सकता है, अरे ये लेंस डाल के मैं वो भी कर सकता हूँ. So it's an upgrade. It's always you upgrade it with the self, which is the best thing. So I really love doing this. Why? Because I love my job. So I would also like to tell everybody the same thing, that do whatever you want to do only if you love to do, because then you're going to be happy inside and you're going to be happy everywhere.
Right. No, I guess, Premal, pretty much you've been touching quite a few hearts with the stories that you're telling and the videos that you have. And I think it's interesting because living a life like that and, people looking up to someone like you, it's inspiring because you come to know that 10 years back, basically, you were 19 years old when you started, which is
Yeah.
exactly the time when you finish college and, you're figuring out where you want to go and what you want to do. And, if your passion clicks at the right time, like the way your professor, I think your professor in college needs to be thanked for that. So the
Yeah.
passion that clicked at the
Satish
right
Bhatia.
time,
I still remember him, Satish
yeah,
Bhatia.
yeah, I think the passion that clicked at the right time made you who you are today. And I guess I'm going to pass on the baton to Advait now to ask you a few questions from the crowd.
Yeah.
Advait,
Full
over to
power.
you.
Yeah. So we've got quite a few questions that have come in. And while we are waiting for more, I just want to share with the viewers, so basically Kazob is a career advice platform. So I've just made a note of all the career advice that Premal has given knowingly or unknowingly. Okay. So the number one is, let's see. Okay. So number one is don't be satisfied. Always look for ways in which you can help yourself do better. So like how Premal said that So he wanted to do underwater photography. So he went and did a course on underwater photography. And then he wanted to do, and then he thought to himself how he can improve, right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he went and did the underwater photography course.
And then
Cinematography.
the aerial photography.
Cinematography, sorry. So the underwater cinematography course, and then you thought how you can improve more, and then you went ahead and did the aerial cinematography course, and the great thing is that there are so many so many resources available out there, so Premal, can you just talk a little bit about how you found out about these courses and what made you choose the course that you actually went ahead and did?
Yeah, sure. I will be really frank in this.
Yeah.
When I started looking for film schools, my first question was budget. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, everybody is not lucky to born in a filthy rich family, right? Like
Right.
people like upper middle class people like us also have to see. Okay, so I started first looking for film school and I went on New York Film Academy. Okay, I'll go to New York, and
Okay.
so I looked up online and applied it, and then suddenly when I went to the entire course brief, I saw that it was like at that time like $25,000.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of money, lot
Yeah.
of money. Okay, so of course that was not possible, because it's too much of costing. And
Yeah.
$25,000 was only the fees. Then when I go to a film school, I'll make films which is on my own cost.
Right.
Okay, and every student, every upcoming filmmaker has to really know this, that whenever you are going for a film school,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that when you are going to make your project films, your thesis film, your final film, is that movie going to be made by your own money, or college is going to provide you with locations, with actors, and with art department and with makeup or everything. It is very important, because when you are in such a high rush of in life, don't push कि मुझे बाहर जाना है, मुझे पढ़ाई करना है, मुझे kill करना है, but we neglect in that excitement this small things which adds on to your expenses later, which can give you stress to your family.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Make sure that whenever film school you're going, you see what projects you're doing, what kind of films you're gonna make, and
Mm-hmm.
what are gonna be the expenses. So when I calculated everything, I was very happy with International Academy of Film and Television, which is
Okay.
in Cebu, Philippines. It's a film school from LA. In Philippines, only for such kind of students who cannot afford to go to America can actually get the same kind of study in Philippines, because the cost of living is low compared to America. You know, so I went there, and that's how I look for my syllabus. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make first term. I'm gonna make 1 minute film, which is gonna be no dialogues, nothing. It's an MOS. MOS stands for mute out sound.
Right.
It's a film with only storytelling.
Okay.
Right.
And then second term, blah blah. So you take it further from there basically. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
important to select your film school. Decide your budget first. Then once you're locked on your budget, you see what a film school is offering you.
Yeah.
Because there are some film schools which teaches you on 35 mm cameras, and
Mm-hmm.
nowadays it's more of digital, but still it's at the analog way of filmmaking is the most authentic way, I would like to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so in those kind of you release films which cost a lot. If
Yeah.
you are learning on 35 mm camera, then are you paying for the magazines, or the college is providing you magazines? If college is providing you magazines, how many magazines you are getting it? Because on one mag you can shoot for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So all the small things, it's very important to
Okay.
understand and learn before you get into a bigger thing.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
I would like to suggest everybody about this, for sure.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. So then the second point you
I
brought
hope
up.
I'm answering it perfectly, right? I don't know.
Could you repeat that?
I hope I'm answering it on point. If I'm
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
off base,
Yes,
just let me
definitely,
know.
definitely. Can you talk a little bit more about the courses that you did afterwards? So you did the underwater course after Philippines, right? While you were,
Yeah, I after I did my cinematography,
yeah,
I thought of this, like, okay, I'm a cinematographer. Wow.
okay,
And as a student, I was a cinematographer.
right,
the real story was in Bombay when I came to know, "Arey, kidhar aa gaya? Kya kar raha hu?" You know, it's a big deal, man. You know, when you are in film school and you graduate and you have this kind of a, like, you know, a certificate of like a filmmaker, but
Yeah.
the real game actually starts after that.
Yeah, great.
You know, when you come into the real world and you'll feel कि अरे मेरे जैसे तो solve हो गए यहाँ पे, how can I
Okay.
stand out? That's what I said before also. So that's, I
Okay.
thought this thing here only, and I then did, I was lucky enough to uh, learn cinematography. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
first get my diverse course, and then the DOP who I was assisting in Philippines, Eric Crespo, he motivated me to do underwater as well, and he himself was also an underwater filmer. So I learned a lot of stuff from him, and then I came back to India, and then I decided again to go more further to aerial, and now, yeah.
Okay, great. So the next kind of career advice that you gave is have a role model. Like you said that your role model, say for example, one of the role models was
One break. Yeah.
yeah. You know, so I think that's also important. And actually, that brings me to my first question. You know,
Haji.
which has come from the audience. And this question has come from Anandini. And she's asking, do you have to have a love for travel to enjoy being a cinematographer? And the reason why I'm asking you this question right now is because you said how your role model traveled to around 128 countries to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a bullseye question actually. You need to love traveling. You know,
okay,
you need to really have this love for traveling, of course, because I'm so excited. I'm not seen still in United States of America, like, you know, it's
Mhm.
like I still, because only not as a it's with the colors, with the snow, like, you know, since childhood have been seeing these films like Jingle All the Way, where Arnold was there, or Home Alone, where you see New
Yeah,
York and snow and lights. It's, you know,
right,
you should, I always get this feeling, यार मुझे एक दिन जाना है, देखना है यार, I want to film that. Like, it's so beautiful, you know, snow head, lights reflect हो रही है snow में, it's a Christmas time, it's cold, you're wearing this kind of warm clothes, and, you know, you need to really feel this from inside to be into cinematography for sure, because traveling is immense, you know. Maybe
right,
sometimes I take 3 flights in a day, you know. उधर उड़ा, उधर शूट किया, इधर उड़ा, इधर शूट किया, इधर से इधर उड़ा, इधर शूट किया. It's like you keep, sometimes you need to love travel, because if you cannot
right.
do that, then maybe that will affect your work for sure.
Okay, okay. Great, thanks for that. So then the next one you said is to sort of learn by doing. It's very important. So at Kazob, we're always trying to promote, that students should do internships whenever they get an opportunity, like a vacation. Like, don't spend it only like sleeping. Actually go out and learn by doing. That's the best way that you can learn.
Yeah,
Right.
do that.
Yeah. So that actually brings me to the next question, which has been asked by Shraddha. And she's asking, how do you get access to sets? If you want to learn by doing or learn by seeing, and it, and is it easy?
uh So to get access to set is, see, as I explained my experience, you know, just told, like, I first time went on set was through my friend in gym who was a side actor, you know.
Okay.
I just spoke to him, hey bro, you are an actor, I want to be into this field, but pata nahi kya karna chahiye, how should I go in? So he said, come on set, you know. So that was my click. You see, the thing is,
Right.
you know, in this field, it's very important, not in this field, in every field, is very important to create opportunities on your own. Nobody's gonna come hold your hand, chalo XYZ, मैं आपको set पे लेके जाता हूँ, you know. You know,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna come in and hold your hand, chalo मैं आपको cinematographer बनाता हूँ, you know. No,
Yeah. Right.
it's,
It's a right connect with people, basically.
yeah, it's a right connect with people, very better socializing, and now it has become more easy because now everything has been so online. You know,
Right.
people are accessible. Like, I am accessible on Facebook, I'm accessible on
Mhm.
Instagram. You know, whenever it is possible, I definitely call few interns on set, if, you know, so to come, because yeah, when I'm traveling, I cannot definitely involve Bombay on a set. Then it's an I have an opportunity. So there are so many students or so many interns who come on my set to just see
Mhm.
the type of process of cinematography or filmmaking, or how does an art director work, how's an AD works, how the director works, how the
Right.
shot takings happen, you know, what is the lighting process. And so yeah, definitely you have to create your own opportunity, you know, connect to people, connect to best people, research about them, try to find out. Because see, if you right now, if you're thinking of getting into filmmaking, that means that what you want to do after even 40 years. Like if somebody asks me, मैं 80 साल का हूँ, क्या करूँगा? I will be still filming. You know, I'll be
Right.
still traveling. I really want to do that. You know,
Okay.
so basically now upcoming students have already decided this. So why don't they start connecting with people online, trying to create opportunities on their own? Or if not that, then make something, make a short film with your friends, put it online, let it get viral, you know, because that's how you grow. Like look at AIB, you know, just few years back, they were a bunch of friends, you know, and today they are huge, you know,
Yeah.
it's because of the power of the internet, you know. So it's completely, it's upon yourself, I would like to say, and you are the only one to for creating opportunities for your own. I would, you know, and definitely you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it for sure, you know.
Okay. Okay, great. So the next one you said is kind of, go and do your homework. It's not just about getting the job done. You should also self-analyze, and you should see, like say if you are observing somebody on set, you should see what kind of cameras they're using, how
Yeah.
they're working, and how you can improve. And I think like this again ties up with the first point of the continuous improvement. Always look for ways of making yourself better, and more so in your field, I guess,
True that. And homework is very important. Like, for example, me, if I'm for now, I was doing EDC, EDC festival in Delhi. So I did gigs, a lot of gigs in my life, but you know, and now EDC I did after a while, some music gigs. So again, I had to sit down with myself. Okay, so what is okay, tomorrow I'm going for a music gig. What can I do to make it look creative? So the first thing comes in my head is, okay, location. I need to see location, which is known as location Reiki, which you do for every shoot. Okay. It is a music video, it's documentary, कुछ भी आपको film करना हो, you know, I really suggest to go before the day of the shoot or 10 days before the day of the shoot, go hang out to that place,
right?
see what is the natural lighting, कि कहाँ से natural light, कहाँ से कहाँ sun जा रहा है, you know, how I'm going to film my place, how I'm going to place my characters, how I'm going to do lighting, what camera I need to shoot here, is it low light, is it better lit, is I have space for lighting. Reiki is very important. So when I went to EDC, I definitely went, you know, if I had to shoot in the evening at 4, I went there at 12. And I just walked around because now, of course, if I'm filming for EDC, that means I have access everywhere from main stage to the out of the stage. Okay. So there's nobody going to stop me. So I just like go and without camera myself, and I go and walk around. Okay, यहाँ पे giant wheel है. Cool. In the night, this is going to be lit up well. So maybe I can take a hyperlapse. Cool. Then I go, oh, this is a huge stage. Okay, I need to keep my camera more at back because it's a wider shot. So this is all things which come in my head. So Reiki is very important. So I make sure that you go, you do your homework. It's very important because, you know, if otherwise you are overconfident, it's not going to work. You know,
Right.
I'm never overconfident. Even if I know that I have to just take an interview, still I do my homework because it's you know, kabhi overconfidence, I don't want to go. So I would also like to suggest same thing for people and for our upcoming filmmakers to do the same thing. You know.
Okay, and then the last one was to do with the portfolio, and this is what Kashyap. This is what we are seeing almost everybody from the field saying. You know, when it comes to portfolio, just be yourself.
Yeah, when it comes to creativity and portfolio, it's about being true to yourself.
Right. Okay. So that actually brings me to another question that's been asked by someone from the audience, and it's got Panishti. Panishti is actually a regular on our webinars, so thanks for that. And she's asking, how did you find the topics or the inspiration while doing personal projects and building your portfolio?
Okay, come again, please.
How did you find topics and inspiration while doing personal projects and building your portfolio?
Okay, so basically, you know, if suppose I want to make my cinematography showreel, you know, that's my resume. As I said before, no, there is in filmmakers there is no resume कि आपने इतना साल काम किया, ये वो किया. People are gonna like, bro, thank you, dude. Okay, you go for some other corporate work. You know, bank में जाके काम करो. You know, our resume is showreel. Okay, what you are doing it. So when I wanted to make my showreel, of course, as I said, I got really inspired from Baraka, like how time lapses was been taken, like, you know, sun passing, clouds going from left to right. It's just, I was like tripping over it, you know. So I wanted to create the same visual image. And so I said, okay, cool. So I need to do, for my showreel, I need to make time lapses, which is gonna sun moving, clouds going in a very epic location, then
Mhm.
then I will do hyperlapsing, which is time lapsing is where the camera is still and the subject is moving. And in hyperlapsing is it's completely contrast. It's where the camera is moving and subject is still. Like
Okay.
it's a huge monument and the camera is going straight up in the air, or like up like that, up, from low angle to top angle, and so like that. So I thought like, so that is a very visual thing. When people see that, they love it. ये कैसे हुआ? क्या हुआ? What is this? Because if I feel that after watching Baraka, for sure, when I shoot that, people will also feel that. So
Right.
I started working more on hyperlapsing. कि मुझे hyperlapse कैसे करना है? Then I thought, okay, in showreel I could also put slow motion. Nowadays, every phone camera has slow motion, dude. Why don't I shoot on Red Epic something slow motion and look like sun and then some silhouette shots or blah blah blah? So it's then I thought, okay, let me put. Then I thought of aerial. Then I thought of underwater. So I blended up best types of cinematography processes into one and made my showreel. If you see my showreel, you will find underwater shots, you will find on-surface shots, you will find aerial shots, you will find hyperlapses, you'll find time lapses. Is all mix. Why? Because you will not even blink your eye once when you are enjoying those footages. It's really important that you shoot something. See, taking a time lapse, okay, you learn how to take a time lapse, but location also matters. Abhi hum jaake Malad station pe time lapse lunga, and then I go to Sydney and take a time lapse. It's gonna be a huge difference.
Right.
I will get 3 views for Malad station. I'll get 50 views for a city time lapse. So
Right.
location also matters a lot. Okay, how this location give a justification, and I always do that. Whenever on shoot I go, I want to give justification to the location. अगर आप ताजमहल हो तो आप इतने एपिक हो कि मुझे आपको उतने ही एपिक से दिखाना है पब्लिक को.
Right.
If
You do justice to what you're shooting.
yeah, and that is where the artist for love comes. When you see a Taj Mahal, you really connect those people who made so much of efforts to make this huge place. So today I'm getting an opportunity to film here. Why don't I use my best and make this look justified? So I mean, I will work as hard as they worked and make this place look
Right.
so epic. I will spend my whole day here and show a sun rising from right and sun setting on the left. I want to go to Yamuna Nadi and take a time lapse from there also, because I want to give justification and respect to the location. So always have this feeling that you are shooting in an Adani port, or you're shooting at Taj Mahal, or you're shooting on a beach, or you're shooting underwater. Always have this thought in your mind, okay, location kaisa bhi ho, I want to give the location its justification. And when you click that, you definitely have to do a good job.
Right. I think you already answered that question, if I'm not wrong. So be that the inspiration just comes from the connectivity that Premal has to cinematography. There's nothing more you can explain to that, because when you are so inspired, when you know how you want to engage the audience and you want to touch so many hearts by exhibiting your own artwork, your own creativity. I think that itself is enough motivation, inspiration for anybody to go ahead with all these wonderful shots that he's taken. So I would also, in fact, like to urge you guys to watch Namami Gange of Premal Raval, which is a very fantastic video made on the river Ganges. So yeah, Advait, what do you know?
Yeah, so actually we just have like probably 4 or 5 minutes remaining, but we've got quite a few questions, so we'll try to keep our answers short. Okay,
Okay.
so we got a question from Wasim, and Wasim also is a regular, so thanks a lot, Wasim, for being a regular. And he's asking, what would you say are the chief technical skills required for this profession? How competitive is the business, and what gives you an edge?
Okay, so this business is very competitive. I mean, every business is very competitive. Uh,
Right.
so that's gonna remain like that only till end of our lives, I guess. That everything, whenever you're gonna in which field you go, is gonna be competitive. But definitely the technical details. See, can I just come back with the question again, please?
Yeah, sure. So the question was, what are the chief technical skills that are required in this profession? And is this profession competitive? And what gives you an edge over others in it?
See, chief technical. I mean, it's see, technical is like how, as I just said, like technicalities of a cinematography. I'm keeping cinematography in mind and answering this question basically.
Yeah.
So like I just said, hyperlapsing, drones, time lapsing and different kind of variations of taking films and taking shots basically. So it completely depends technical. It's how like you are portraying to shoot something. Like definitely like in this today's generation, it is so easy. Like, if you compare analog filmmaking, there was nothing there during that time. But now everything has become digital. Everything has become so digital that drones are now so everywhere. Real cinematography has become so common now. Trust me. In the
Right.
same way now, before there were only Steadicams, but now you have an Osmo, DJI Osmo or DJI Ronin. There are this new technical gigs, this years which have come in market is just taking some filmmaking to a next level. So the more
Right.
use of latest devices will make your technicality and your shots look more great. So definitely use such this things which you have in market. Like you have Steadicams, you have jibs, you have people also shoot on roller skates, rolling and taking shots. It's a creative style. So it's up to you how technical you are, how creative you are. It will come out. कभी कभी तो मैंने short film में कुर्सी पे बैठ के ऐसे कुर्सी को भी कैसे दोस्त को बोला अरे धक्का मारना so that I get a dolly shot. you know so from something to nothing or from nothing to some, like everything, it's completely on you. So you have to be upgraded every time. Keep watching what are the new gears in the market, what they do, उन लोग का specialty क्या है, what are the cameras coming in the market. There is Red Epic, there is now there is Red Weapon has coming, there's Dragon Cabin, there is LXLs, XTs come in. There are so many other new cameras are coming in with different variations that you have to be always keep learning and upgrading yourself and shooting with it. So automatically you start growing.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question, so this is the last question actually I can take up. And this question is also a very popular question amongst students. Is that uh, what kind of remuneration can you expect as a fresher?
Free. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Who's asking with this question?
So this question is from Rushabh.
Rushav, I'm really sorry to answer like this, okay? But, but trust me on this, bro. Like when I started working internship, I was working for free. I worked for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 year for free. Not
Okay.
almost a year or two for free. Like my first paid internship was when I was finished my cinematography course, finished my
Okay.
underwater specialization. Then I started doing my first work in Bigfoot Studios only, and that was my first paid gig after I started thinking of doing cinematography. So that was like 2.5 years afterwards I started getting paid. And that too, like when I that time when I was abroad. I finished my studying and I was in abroad. Okay, and I finished my studies there and I started working there. But when I came to India for good, कि मेरा घर तो यहाँ पे ही है, and I have to really grow in my own zone only. So yeah, its remunerations are not going to be epic. I want to be really clear and very very clear on this, that it's not gonna pay you like wow, मैं तो cinematographer बन गया. No,
Right.
you have to earn your stuff. You have to really earn your own
Good.
upgradations, putting money in mind. Okay, now I am working for National Geographic, so I will charge you this much. But to reach to Nat Geo, it's a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy. It's
Right.
मुझे किसी मेरे को ऐसा एक दिन फोन नहीं आ गया, चलो प्रेमल रावल, you are a cinematographer, I'm a Nat Geo, come shoot for me. No. Okay, no. So remunerations are gonna be definitely, don't expect to earn that much compared, and don't ever compare yourself with your friends who is not in the same field. I did that. Like यार मेरे दोस्त लोग तो यार कोई NBA बन गया, कोई ये बन गया, सब लोग इतना कमा रहे हैं, मैं तो अभी भी पता नहीं क्या सीन है. Don't ever compare yourself. If you have true heart, if you know that you are a hardworking guy, and if you know that you can
Right.
really kill it in life, then just have patience. Because once you start growing, right,
Mhm.
then you're gonna have fun.
Okay.
Once you grow into this field, once you become a cinematographer, I am still under process. I am still into a hierarchy. I still have to go more way further in life. So I would like to, like, from present personal experience, I would like to say that I can afford buying my 2 own drones. Okay, so why? Because of course, I was not able to do this 5 years back, but today after 5 years I'm able to buy a drone for myself which cost XYZ. So
Right.
definitely you reach that hierarchy, and when you reach that hierarchy, you can really open your big mouth and charge, and people will pay you because you are that good. Okay.
Correct.
But you have to earn that, so even I am also on the way of earning that. I hope
Okay.
working.
Okay. So great. So I think the last question is, what's the next step in the process for you?
For me, you know to become a director of photography, I'm still a cinematographer.
Okay.
People call me DOP. It's like a hierarchy. You become a
Right.
camera operator, then you become a cinematographer, then you become, DOP. And but so I still consider as myself as a cinematographer. It's you because to become a director of photography, you really need a hardcore 15 years of class experience in life to
Right.
become
Wow.
a DOP. And I'm
Okay.
still not
Fantastic.
there. So my aim is to like really, reach that goal and do epic projects, make it, kill it
Hmm.
and everything in life.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. It's like fantastic to see the passion, yeah. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's very difficult to see this passion amongst people who are working in corporate jobs.
Dude, I always get scared of saying this thing because my dost are like,
Yeah,
hey.
because I think your friends are going to be beating you later.
Even Kashyap and I are also like kind of in the same boat as you, like kind of given up corporate jobs for
Yeah, I mean,
doing
see,
something.
matlab, it's completely your personal choice, life, mein.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are situations in people's life are so hardcore that they have to really not think
Yeah.
what they
True.
want to do, but they just have to earn money.
That's
So
true.
touch wood, like with God's grace, we are born in that kind of family. We have those parents with us who has given us this liberty. So why
Right.
not make a proper, good use of this thing in a good way, and
Yeah.
and inspire everybody, and let everybody go and walk in the same way that you are walking.
Right.
So yeah.
Great.
Sometimes
Okay.
it's
So
different.
I'll take that as your last words. And Kashyap, you have any last words?
No, I mean, fantastic. I think if people want to write
Raja.
to Premal, if they want to get in touch with Premal, I think they can write to us. And Premal will be open to meeting people in the future, probably for some of his sets. So, I mean, we probably help tie up with some events in the future. So, stay tuned.
Yeah, man,
Group,
anytime.
and it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And Premal, thanks a ton for inspiring the audience today.
Thank you so much.
It's been great.
Pleasure is mine. Pleasure is mine. I'm great. I'm really glad that I've like it's a great opportunity to share your experiences and share your stories to people like this, especially motivating them. Because it's a great thing to motivate everybody. So I'd suggest
Yeah.
everybody to keep motivating everybody you have around you, because that's the best karma you can do in life. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
All
Roger.
right. Thanks a
Okay,
lot,
man.
Premal.
Thank you.
See you.
Yes,
Bye
man.
bye.
Okay.
See you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye.
So the
Bye.
viewers, if you want to know more about Premal's work, if you scroll down your window again, you will see a green button that will take you to Premal's YouTube channel. It's simply called Premal Raval, and you can just click on the button and go there. So thanks a lot, Premal, and thanks a lot, Kashyap, for coming here, and thanks a lot again to all the viewers.
Thanks.
So
Bye.
let's sign out. Bye.